All right, so today's lesson is going to be on how to add and subtract with significant figures. So when we add and subtract with significant figures, we use different rules than when we multiply and divide. Just like it does not matter if you're multiplying or dividing, the rule for multiplying and dividing is the same. It does not matter if you're adding or subtracting, the rule for adding and the rule for subtracting are also the same. So the way we do this is we line up our decimal places. So 15.05 and then 4.201. So I'm going to line up the decimal place, 4.201. And in this case, it is an addition. So I'm going to then simply add these values, and I get 19.251. Now, when determining how to write your answer, we look at the decimal places themselves. The lowest number of decimal places is the option that we choose. So I have 2 decimal places, and in the second part, I have 3 decimal places. 2 is less than 3, so I will have only 2 decimal places. So 19.25 would be my answer. Let's do one more. 301 minus 0.45. So when I line up my decimal places, it is understood that there's a decimal behind the 301. So I've got my decimal places lined up. And then when I plug this into my calculator, or you can do the math in your head, because this isn't really that difficult of a problem, more than likely, hopefully for you, you should get 300.55. Now, we again look at decimal places. 301 had no decimal places. 0.45 has 2. So 0 is less than 2. So I have to take off the decimal places here. So if I take off the decimal places, I get a 300. But in math, we always go out 1. So in this case, that 5 is going to round the 300 to a 301. So in this case, by using significant figures, what we find is 0.45 is actually small enough that it does not affect the overall final answer, because the precision of 301 is so much less precise than the precision of the 0.45.